Imagine dawn breaking across medieval England, where cold mist clings to rough cottages, wood smoke lingers in damp air, and every ordinary act of cleanliness depends entirely upon nature, patience, and inherited wisdom, rather than familiar comforts. Morning frost sparkles across muddy paths as villagers greet another demanding day of survival. Cold water drawn from shallow wells begins every household's careful cleaning routine. Cleanliness reflects responsibility, dignity, and respect within tightly connected medieval communities every day. Few people expected perfect freshness, yet neglect carried uncomfortable social and practical consequences. Rainwater collected inside wooden barrels became treasured for washing faces and delicate garments. Families carefully protected precious water supplies during dry seasons and uncertain harvest years. Ashes from household fires quietly replaced manufactured soaps in ordinary domestic life. Mixed with water, fine wood ash created simple cleansing solutions for hardworking hands. Rough linen cloths gently removed dirt before skin suffered irritation from excessive scrubbing. Bathing happened occasionally, balancing available resources against changing weather and demanding agricultural responsibilities. Warm baths offered comfort, yet heating sufficient water required valuable fuel and labor. Winter discouraged frequent bathing, encouraging practical habits suited to freezing medieval conditions instead. Summer sunlight allowed easier washing beside rivers, streams, and carefully chosen secluded locations. Flowing water carried away grime, although unseen contamination sometimes remained dangerously overlooked. Herbal knowledge quietly shaped everyday hygiene through generations of shared family experience and observation. Fragrant rosemary freshened hands while releasing comforting scents across busy medieval households each morning. Sage leaves provided pleasant aromas alongside practical household uses valued by experienced villagers. Mint offered refreshing fragrance, masking everyday odors after exhausting physical labor beneath warm skies. Lavender occasionally perfumed clothing, especially among wealthier households seeking refined personal presentation and comfort. Hair received regular brushing, removing dust, before tangles became stubborn and uncomfortable burdens. Wooden combs carefully separated strands while reducing lice through persistent daily attention and patience. Fine combing demanded time, persistence, and cooperation between attentive family members every evening. Herbal rinses sometimes refreshed hair, leaving subtle, natural fragrances lingering throughout ordinary village life. Animal fats occasionally protected dry skin against harsh winds and relentless seasonal exposure outdoors. Workers accepted rough hands as visible evidence of honest labor and dependable character. Farmers returned home carrying soil beneath fingernails, despite careful washing before shared evening meals. Clothing absorbed sweat, smoke, and earth during countless hours spent outdoors each season. Washing garments demanded strength, repetitive effort, and generous amounts of precious water every week. Wooden washboards and determined hands slowly removed stubborn dirt from coarse woolen fabrics. Fresh breezes naturally dried clothing, carrying away lingering moisture beneath changing medieval skies. Sunlight helped reduce unpleasant smells, while brightening carefully maintained linen garments over time. Tooth care relied upon simple routines rather than manufactured pastes or flavored commercial products. Small twigs occasionally cleaned teeth through gentle chewing and careful rubbing after meals. Soft cloths removed food remnants before decay gradually threatened painful dental health and comfort. Salt sometimes served practical cleaning purposes, despite its valuable place within household kitchens daily. Fresh herbs occasionally improved breath before conversations inside crowded medieval halls and marketplaces. Toothaches remained feared companions, especially where skilled treatment proved distant or unavailable entirely. Strong teeth reflected fortunate circumstances as much as disciplined personal habits throughout medieval adulthood. Diet influenced oral health through seasonal foods, rather than heavily processed modern ingredients. Today, coarse bread occasionally contained gritty particles, slowly wearing tooth surfaces during everyday meals. Smoke drifted constantly through homes, settling upon clothing, hair, and exposed wooden interiors alike. Open hearths warmed families, while filling enclosed rooms with persistent smoky fragrances every evening. Ventilation remained limited, encouraging lingering odors despite careful household cleaning efforts throughout changing seasons. Fresh air outside often felt noticeably cleaner than cramped indoor living spaces nearby. Domestic animals lived remarkably close, shaping familiar smells accepted throughout medieval rural communities daily. Villagers recognized ordinary scents differently, adapting expectations through lifelong daily exposure and experience. Clean surroundings reduced pests, protecting precious food stores and valuable household belongings from damage. Sweeping floors formed essential routines before dirt accumulated beyond manageable daily household efforts. Straw coverings required regular replacement, preventing excessive moisture and unpleasant lingering odors indoors. Careful housekeeping reflected discipline, practical wisdom, and pride within hard-working medieval families everywhere. Monasteries preserved valuable herbal knowledge, quietly influencing broader medieval hygiene traditions across England. Experienced healers recommended plants, believed beneficial for cleansing bodies and maintaining personal well-being naturally. Religious customs sometimes encouraged washing before meaningful ceremonies and sacred communal gatherings together. Spiritual purity occasionally intertwined with physical cleanliness through deeply respected medieval beliefs and practices. Seasonal festivals encouraged people to present themselves with particular care and respectful appearance. Better clothing emerged from carefully protected chests during important celebrations and community gatherings alike. Children gradually learned hygiene through observation, imitation, and steady guidance from older relatives daily. Practical knowledge passed naturally across generations, without printed manuals or formal classroom instruction available. Every household adapted routines according to weather, wealth, and nearby natural resources each season. Wealthier homes sometimes enjoyed greater comfort, yet nature still dictated essential cleaning practices everywhere. Poverty demanded remarkable creativity, transforming ordinary materials into dependable tools for everyday cleanliness and care. Communities quietly judged neglect, associating visible care with responsibility and trustworthy personal character instead. Healthy routines protected families from discomfort, although disease often remained poorly understood by everyone. Experience-guided decisions, where scientific explanations remained centuries beyond medieval understanding and discovery. Nature supplied nearly every cleaning resource through forests, fields, rivers, and carefully tended gardens. Nothing seemed disposable, encouraging careful conservation of every useful household material throughout each year. Daily hygiene demanded patience rather than convenience, rewarding persistence through modest, practical improvements over time. Ordinary routines quietly revealed resilience beneath the demanding realities of medieval English survival every day. Their world valued resourcefulness above luxury, transforming necessity into dependable, lifelong custom and tradition. Modern conveniences reveal remarkable contrasts when viewed beside these disciplined medieval daily practices today. Survival depended less upon perfect cleanliness than thoughtful adaptation, cooperation, and resilient determination together. As twilight settles, medieval England reminds us, resilience often begins with humanity's simplest daily habits.